What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be talking about the Chicago Bulls and their second preseason game. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, with this Chicago Bulls team, we had a first game against Cleveland in Cleveland. We play our second game against Cleveland in Chicago. And if you're asking me which game would I rather watch, I can honestly sit here and tell you this game in Chicago, in my opinion, was a better watch. Why? Well, let's talk about it in this video. Before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know what you guys think about the Chicago Bulls and, of course, their pre-season thus far. The victory against the Cleveland Cavaliers once again. Who is your player of the game as we win this one at 119 to 112? I said I liked this game a little bit more. I guess the first reason I could give you as to why I would feel that way is the fact that this game wasn't as far-fetched as maybe the last Cleveland game. Let me give you an example here. I guess you could say because the Chicago Bulls were coming back so often in that first Cleveland game, Cleveland ended up having runs extending the lead to maybe 10, 13 points, double figures, and the Bulls had to scratch and claw their way back, which is a good sign, but you don't want to see that every game because you'll more likely lose if you're trying to come back every game. I look at this game against Cleveland in Chicago, and yes, home court advantage, big factor, of course, but it felt more balanced. You know, the game was very tight the entire way. No team really got to a big stretch where they looked so comfortable in the game. I mean, just taking a look based on quarter by quarter here, the Chicago Bulls and Cleveland both tied at 32 points apiece in the first. The Bulls only outscored Cleveland by 3 in the second quarter. And Cleveland outscored the Bulls by 2 in the third, 39 to 37. So a very big quarter there for both teams. And then the Bulls kind of ran away with it a little bit in the fourth quarter to win by 7. But balanced. It was a balanced effort. Every time Cleveland came with something, the Bulls responded. And vice versa. Every time the Bulls came with something, Cleveland were able to respond. So I very much enjoyed the balance. And I think that was the key, in my opinion, to, I guess, me enjoying this game a little bit more. But I also enjoyed the physicality. Now, the physicality we saw in this game is a two-edged sword, in my opinion. It is very positive to look at, and finally, you know, it's a little bit of breath of fresh air. But at the same time, it is a little bit worrying in the sense of we gave up a lot of fouls. We gave up a lot of free throws. So the Bulls need to find the balancing act there, in my opinion. How are they going to be able to play physical without sending teams to the free throw line every single game? Free throws, in my opinion, the worst points to give away. Because one, they're probably the easiest outside of open layups. And two, it puts our players in trouble. Certain players in foul trouble. I mean, I think, what was it? Zach Collins got into a lot of foul trouble today. Isaac Okoro got into a lot of foul trouble today. Loads of players did. And it's something that you do need to find that balancing act in. That's why I liked the second quarter as much as I did, ladies and gentlemen, because the second quarter truly, and I mean this, truly allowed us to play physical, throw Cleveland around a little bit, in some ways bully the Cleveland Cavaliers without fouling that often. I feel like the second quarter was our best quarter at that, and that is kind of the potential that we have on defense every single night. I also like the fact that when you bring in someone like Isaac Okoro who's going to fight over screens and be physical, it makes the refs kind of give a little bit of leeway as well sometimes, because now you're going to be known as that defensive-minded physical team, hopefully, you would assume, heading into next season, and that might be a benefit for us overall. But still, you got to find that balance, you know? Can't be sending the Cleveland Cavaliers to the line as much as we did, because they're a team that's going to make you pay, and they're going to match you physically as well. So they've got big bodies in the paint, and they have guys that throw their weight around. So at the end of the day, they're going to match physicality with you. So you got to end up trying to find that balance without fouling. And I think we didn't do a great job at that overall, but one good quarter of it, and hopefully that's something to build off of. And I do like the fact that some players that didn't get big minutes in the last game got big minutes this game. I mean, for starters, let's talk about Josh Giddey, who played the second half in this game, 22 minutes. He had 14 points and 6 assists alongside of 7 rebounds, a near triple-double. I mean, I missed Josh Giddey in that last game, and we got to see a little bit more of what he could do in this game. Was it perfect? No, it was definitely not perfect. The stories of him not playing full court because of the contract, and obviously not being able to get into America in time because of the visa issues he had, all of those things are massively influential when it comes to training camp and preseason. So he's trying to find his feet again. And it's something that you got to keep in mind. And I still think he played relatively well, considering he is still trying to find his feet in this current team and just fitness-wise overall. Near triple-double again, though. Can't say I didn't miss that. I love the fact that he could contribute in more ways than one. I think he got a couple of steals today as well. Speaking of a couple of steals, Tre Jones. My goodness, Tre Jones was unbelievable today. 10 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 4 steals again. 2 games in a row where he had 4 steals in this game. I'll be honest, he's impressing me dramatically, and I really liked his performances towards the end of the season. He's making a big claim for big minutes in this team. Now, of course, it's going to be coming off the bench, but this is what our secret weapon is supposed to be, apparently. How big our bench can be. And you got guys like Tre Jones, Ayo Dosunmu with another great game, 16 points. Zach Collins with a good game as well. These players are going to be coming off of our bench. Not to mention Patrick Williams chipped in with 8 points, and he did some really decent things as well. P-Dub is surprising me. He's making me feel impressed. I get it. It's in small sample sizes off the bench, but he's making me impressed with what he's able to do out there as a bench player. So altogether, this bench, alongside of obviously Tre Jones starting in this game, it brings me great hope. I'm in that stage where I feel good hope with this bench unit. Of course, preseason doesn't necessarily mean everything. We'll see what happens at the regular season, but they are producing here. And Tre Jones with another great game. I mentioned Zach Collins. He had 13 points in this one. You got guys like Patrick Williams with 8, Ayo with 16. Javon Carter had 14, kind of an instant offense type of player. Walked in, hit some threes, and that was really about it. But still, if he could do that in the regular season, some instant offense is definitely nothing to snooze at. He's also a capable defender when he can put his mind to it as well. So overall, a really positive game. Physically, really intense. I liked our rebounding efforts as well. That's a big side of the physicality as well. Isaac Okoro and Josh Giddey and guys like Jalen Smith and Zach Collins all trying to chip in on the offensive glass, making it very difficult for Cleveland to just feel comfortable in the game, no matter where it is, whether it's guarding at the perimeter, guarding in the paint, or even just grabbing rebounds, you know, trying to make them uncomfortable. There were a lot of times where I felt like we did a great job of Donovan Mitchell. I'm not sure how many points he had, and I'm sure he had a fantastic game because he's a fantastic player. But there were a couple of plays there where Ayo was guarding and then Okoro was guarding, and we kind of just gave it to him a little bit and we made him feel that pressure. And there were certain plays where I felt really impressed with our defensive displays. So altogether, I can't complain about a result like this, and most importantly, I can't complain about a win. Whether it's in preseason or not, it's not something I'm going to complain massively about. So my player of the game, I mean, there's a couple of plays this could go to. Ayo had 16 points off the bench. He was truly sensational. But for me, I do like the balance that Tre Jones brought to the table. I know he had a couple of turnovers as well, a couple of cheap fouls, but 4 steals is very impressive. 7 assists is very impressive. He got to double-digit points and he crashed the glass. And he's a smaller guard as well. So that's impressive when you can get 5 rebounds in the game. So he's my player of the game overall. Buzelis, I didn't even mention him. He had a strong game. Noah Senge with only 2 points in this one, but still has a lot of things that you can look at and be very impressed by. Solid victory, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on to our 3rd game of preseason. And ultimately, I think we're all very excited to just get the regular season going as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.